Hey guys, it's Heidi Cav. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with Miss Kaylin Wolf, and she is an Arbonne consultant, and she was my consultant during my Arbonne challenge. And I'm going to give you a true and honest review about what the heck is this Arbonne stuff. Does it work? Does it not? So keep watching. So, Kaylin, how long have you been working with Arbonne? When did you start Arbonne? Like, what was your whole process?
Yeah, so I like to say I had two start dates. I did my 30 Days to Healthy Living in November.
Okay.
I ate my last Thanksgiving meal and was like,
Smart.
I have to do something, you know, like I just was not feeling good. I was sluggish and tired, and so I did my 30-day challenge, and it was amazing. I wasn't necessarily focused on weight loss or pounds or any of that, but I just wanted to regain some energy and just feel good about myself. So
Right.
I did the challenge, had amazing results, loved it. But in December, I was like, I don't know if I can do this whole consultant thing. I don't know if I'll be successful. Like, I was just really scared. But of course, you know, New Year's rolls around and I get super reflective. And I'm like, how can I do more in 2019 than I did in 2018? And the thing that kept popping up in my mind was you can serve others more. And so this opportunity was just in front of my face. My friend Elizabeth was just thriving. I mean, she was seeing so much success. And so I just said, why not? So I jumped in January, and I'm in my third month. I love it.
Wow. Well, that's really awesome. So on my end of it, Kaylin and I have been friends for a very long time. Like, forever. Like, over 20 years.
Yes.
It's weird that I
Little
can't.
dancer girls.
Yeah, like a really long time. And so I've always really valued her opinion. And so I know that a lot of people had some complaints about the price of Arbonne. It was too expensive. They didn't like people, maybe they felt like they were being targeted with direct messages. And I think that's like a number one complaint.
Yeah.
People don't like to be direct messaged. And Kaylin didn't, she never tried to slide into my DMs or I wasn't harassed. I literally just watched what she was doing.
Yeah.
And her skin was glowing, she felt great, and it was just very obvious to me. So we decided to work together, and I decided that I was going to see what the heck this was all about. I had no idea. I remember I got the products, and I just had this big box of all these things.
All the things. This
All
is like
these
not
things.
even half of it.
Yeah, this is just a small portion of some of it, and I didn't meal prep or anything. I just opened the box and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this tomorrow.
There we go.
And it's just so crazy to think about then, like how little I knew compared to now.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
whenever people ask you about the cost, I'm sure you get that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you tell them?
So what I like to do first is just talk to them very personally and genuinely. And I will be honest with you and everybody else watching is when I first learned the price, I told my friend, I was like, I can't do it. Like, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. It's scary. And so what she told me, she was like, I want to challenge you to go look at your bank account, see what you spent in the month of October, because my challenge was in November. And she said, just add up what you spent. And so I saw, on food,
Okay.
groceries, whatever, drive-through coffee.
Yeah.
So all those things, I was looking, how many times did I get Starbucks? How many times did I go out to eat? How many times did I go through a drive-through because I needed a quick meal or like drinks at dinner? And I was spending almost double than what I paid for the 30-day challenge. And so finally when I realized that, I said to myself, first of all, not only will I save money, but I'll actually be spending it on stuff that will benefit my body. Like, I was spending double that on things that were not beneficial to me at all, and they were taking away from how I was able to be present and mindful in my everyday. So that's the very first thing that I say.
Yeah, and from my perspective, after doing it, at first, of course, I was like, I don't know, that seems like a lot of money. I had more money in my bank account, spend money, than I have in a long time, and that's just because most days, you don't have to do it this way. I did 2 shakes, and then I made a soup, because I like soups. I learned this, and you'll see in the content that I like soups, and I put all of my vegetables and my meat and in there, and I would eat that for a week. So normally I would get my groceries on the weekends. and I would eat that, and it would last me. It probably cost me like $20 for that was my groceries, $25, $30 maybe, and then I would have my shakes. So it was so easy and so convenient. And when people talk about it's too expensive, if you add up how much you spend going out,
right,
getting coffee, what else? Fast food, lunch. Everyone's eating lunch. Like all the things that you end up spending. That's where all my money was going.
Right, and you don't realize it because you're doing that over a period of time, as opposed to, obviously this comes in one bulk price, and so that's what's scary to us. But when we look at what we spend over a course of 30 days, then we're like, yeah, I didn't spend that.
Yeah. So a big part of what you pay for, talking about expense, is definitely the consultant. So I think different people take different approaches to everything, and Kaylin just takes a really great approach on this. So Kaylin, can you talk a little bit about how you promote your products? What is like your planning to advertise the products, and how is it more of a lifestyle rather than you pushing out these products?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's really easy for everybody to understand that when you're passionate about something, you just want to share it. And so I've been passionate about health and wellness for, I don't know, probably the past 7 to 10 years. And so when I found a company that had pure, beneficial, super clean ingredients that promoted a healthy lifestyle, I was in. And so one thing that I don't do, this is just my style of how I want to be a consultant. I don't just do sort of like cold calls or cold reach outs, but all I do is literally talk about what I use, what I love, what works for me. And then people who are ready for that change are like, hey, let's talk. So really all I'm doing is talking about products that I've already used and that I already believe in. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I know whenever she sent me like my welcome letter and everything, and I was still filling everything out, I told you in the beginning I need the accountability.
Yeah.
Like that was something that, first of all, I'd already committed to you guys that I was going to do this, so there wasn't any quitting. Like if I was
going back.
Yeah, there was no chicken and dumplings for me in my future. Like we're in it now, so it was really great to have you. Not only, I mean, we're friends, so we have. That's another thing. I'm chasing rabbits, but if you know somebody's like personality already and how they are in their regular life, they're going to bring in some of those personality traits into their consulting. So that's something that you need to be aware of, I think. But anyway, I'm chasing rabbits.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And the only other thing I would say is, when you want to make that change and you're ready to take that jump, is to definitely, think long and hard about it. It's not just like I'm going to do this, but find a consultant that is passionate about helping you. And that's one of the things that I love. It's one of the reasons I jumped in, is because I knew I wanted to help other women and invest other women. And I think that rubs off.
And going into it, I think everybody, just because as women, we're like, okay, I'm going to lose a few pounds doing this, and that's it. And I have recently reordered the products because I like them so much.
Yeah.
And I told her about 2 weeks in, I suffer really bad from acid reflux. And within 2 weeks, I did not have acid reflux anymore. And y'all, like, my acid reflux is so bad. Like, if I eat a tomato, like, it was just the worst. And these products, like, really did help me a lot. So I just want to add that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one thing we've talked about is, when you think about making a big change in your life, whether it's in the health world, whether it's in your spiritual life or your, physical life, whatever it is, there has to be some accountability there, because you can't make a commitment and then just do it all on your own. I mean, we're not even designed to do that as humans. So I think that's a really big part of it, is having that support system.
Huge, because one thing I learned through this process of, restricting my diet down to certain foods, eliminating certain things, I am very much, I like to eat big quantities, like naturally on my own.
Yeah.
And I think when a lot of us do, and we get used to it just because we live in the South, and that's just kind of a social thing.
Sunday lunch.
And not to say that you can never have Sunday lunch again, or
Right.
But I think that if you are able to find something that gives you this like routine that is helping you, and once you feel what that feels like, when it's not just a quick diet or a 3-day cleanse where you drink some shakes and it's done.
Right.
Once you feel what that feels like, then I think it's almost like I have to buy it again. And that's my honest opinion. You know, it's not sales pitch by any means. I just really feel like the products are so clean and filling, and I just learned so much about how to eat clean and how to feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Kaylin, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me. Please stay tuned. We are going to have another video. I'm going to show you the recipes that I use, all the products, me opening the box for the first time, which it's so funny to even look at that now compared to where I am right now.
Right.
I am 12 pounds lighter. I am mentally in a better place. I'm physically in a better place, and I really am excited to show y'all all the products, what it looks like, if it was difficult for me at times, if it was good, all the things. So please stay tuned for part 2. If you would like, while you're on here, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all your feedback. If you want to see me on more of a day-to-day basis, go on over to Instagram, follow at Heidi Cav. So thanks for watching.